Haiti is known to be the first Black country to be liberated from its colonizers, its oppressors. I mean, who wouldn't be proud of that? If you want to know about Black travel, you've got to visit Haiti. In today's video, I want to talk about the historic landmark, the Citadelle, a symbol of Haiti's fight for freedom. In fact, the Haitians designate it as the 8th world wonder. As you know, if you had watched my previous video, First Impressions of Haiti, when I went to Cap Haitien, I found Joseph. He was my guide for the entire stay. I visited a number of UNESCO sites, and of course, I wanted to see the one located in Haiti. And I told him I have to see the Citadelle, I have to go to Souci Palace. These are the UNESCO sites. In the morning, I woke up after a good night's rest. I showered. I went downstairs and had breakfast before we began the drive to Milot. I guess I was more comfortable with Joseph now that I had experienced the first day with him. There were some questions that I had. Remember, I had mentioned Augustinel. He's the other Haitian tour guide, and I was just asking him to throw out some prices of what a typical tour to the Citadelle would be. You guys, he said it would be $200 to go to the Citadelle. It includes the driver, the guide, the gas, the lunch. And I said, I think he's trying to overcharge people. In my research, I saw that they are charging $10 just to enter the Citadelle. So where is the $190 coming from? I spoke about this to Joseph, and he was saying, yeah, that's the usual price. Really, they are going to be getting over us as tourists. I do understand this. So we decided to do $50 for the day. I think that was a good deal. I have gone to World Wonders for less. I remember going to Rio to see Christ the Redeemer for $30. This is a budget channel. They all do need to make a profit. However, if the entrance is $10 and you could do it by yourself, I don't know. What you need to do with these guides, you need to negotiate beforehand so they aren't going to just upcharge. In future videos, I will tell you how they got me. But on this tour, it was just $50 for everything. What you should bring is sunblock. You want to wear comfortable clothes that can wick away moisture because you're going to be sweating a lot. You are out in the sun. What I wore, I did have on comfortable shoes, just some tennis shoes, but I had this one piece, like this jumper, because I didn't know what to expect. I had on Valentino wig. That is not a good idea when you are in 80-degree humidity hiking up some mountain. I don't know what I was thinking. I brought my portable water bottle. That is so important for me to have when I am doing a lot of vigorous activity. I even saw some tourists there with snacks, and that was a good idea because once you reach the top and you're just perusing around the Citadelle, you might want to take a little snacky snack because you don't get the food until the end of the day. I think the $50 was a good price. I basically have the driver and Joseph as my security, so I was safe. Once the driver arrived, it was time for us to head to Milot. It was about a 30-minute drive to Milot from Ocap. I was looking at the beautiful views of Ocap on our way to Milot. It was lovely. It's just so lush and green on the island. We pull up. Here's where things got interesting. Before you go up the mountain, there's going to be a group of men that are going to surround you. And what do they want? They want you to select them to be their guide. I had already done my research. Joseph and I had negotiated. There was no use for them. I tried to convey that message to them and they were not getting it. And it was getting on my nerves. I said, I have a guide, I have a driver. We're going to go back with him. I don't need anything else. I don't want the horse. But they continue to follow you. And that really kind of messes up my experience. What they usually do, they have the tourists ride the horses up. There's 2 people per horse. So you have to pay 2 of them. So I was like, I don't like the sound of that. He'll have the reins for the horse. So he leads him up. And then there's another guide who's in the back who is holding the horse's tail. Then they have the other guys who be like, oh, you can just pay me because I walked you up the hill. I was like, no, I'm not doing none of this. I have a literal guide right here. Like, y'all need to chill out. I knew that some people were taking the donkeys to go up the mountain. I'm really about animal rights. I'm not really sure how those animals are treated or, where they are being used for tourism. I was concerned about the health of these animals, so I just opted out of riding the horse. I think I decided that I wanted to just hike it instead, which meant I was going to probably be the last one up. The hike is 4 miles up. But the good thing is the guides, they are walking up there with you too. Joseph was, these Haitians, they are fit. Like they can walk long distances, no problem. Me, on the other hand, I was out of shape. I was out of breath a lot. I needed to sit down, take a bunch of water breaks. So I did eventually get up there in about an hour. Joseph did say that the ascent was going to be short. However, it is steep. So you're just going like this for all those miles. That's why I had to keep taking breaks. It should be 30 minutes for me. It took double the time, but I still made it to the top. There are other ways for you to get to the Citadelle, and it doesn't just have to be hiking up the mountain. If you really aren't into moderate exercise or exercise in general, you can ride the horse, you can ride the car, you can even ride the motorbike. Haiti has so much potential as a tourist destination. Once Americans, Europeans, citizens of the world get over the fact of the headlines of what they see on the news and just go north to Cap Haitien, it has everything that you want in a tourist destination. It has beaches, it has historical sites, it has nightlife, it has good restaurants, food, there's great places to stay, and it's easy travel for you if you're flying down from the US. Just come down from Florida. But people are scared in their minds. With that potential, there are going to be some, I think, guidelines and just some things put into place. So the Haitian people, they need to understand when they are working with tourists, because you don't want to deter them from coming back. At the Citadelle, they were just mad aggressive for no reason. If I tell you, no, I don't need a guide, I don't need you following me up the mountain. I already said I don't need a guide. Like, I'm good. I'm not going to change my mind. You are going to need to discuss the price beforehand, because if you do it right where they are hassling you or haggling you, they could change the price at the end and be like, oh, you need to pay me. So you really have to be firm with them. It's not being rude. It's just they know how to pressure the tourists. You just have to say, I do not want this. Stop bothering me. And just look them straight in the eye like this. No smiling, no nada. No nothing, because they will continue to hassle you all the way up. And that is a long time of these beautiful views, the green, lush scenery. You can't enjoy and bask in it because you're being harassed by these guys. Like, and yeah, Joseph is there, but he's not doing nothing. He's still taking pictures of me with his phone. Joseph, put your phone down. Can we get some of me on my phone, please? Why visit UNESCO sites? Well, these are protected landmarks. It ensures responsible tourism and helps protect the site from degradation. The Citadelle was designated in 1982 for its historical significance and to preserve the cultural legacy of the Haitian Revolution. In 2010, there was an earthquake, and most of the landmarks, it is still intact to this day. It was built by the former slaves. Haiti is known as the first Black republic in the entire world. I would say you need to visit the Caribbean, go to Haiti, Jamaica, and then go to the motherland, Africa. I think so many people skip Haiti. Come on, y'all. Once I was at the top of the mountain, again, you see more men standing around. They make their living by offering guides and offering their assistance to the tourists. The problem is when there aren't a lot of people coming, you are just going to be swarmed by all of them. You see me sitting down. First of all, I was taking a rest because my legs felt like jelly after that hike. And I was also trying to tell them, like, you guys need to back off. You're being too aggressive. They are, of course, fluent in English, Spanish, French, Haitian Creole, because they want to be able to communicate with the tourists. And I was like, y'all can't be just coming up on people like that. It is very overwhelming. I picked out one guy. His name was Miguel. I didn't ride the horse up, and the walk was a lot. So I'm going to go with you on the way down on your motorbike. And he was like, okay, bet. The other guide still followed me. I was able to pass another tourist who was riding the horse. She was like, hey, are you Haitian? A lot of people just think I'm part of the Haitian diaspora. And I was like, no, I'm just, solo traveler visiting. She was like, oh, wow, enjoy. Welcome to Haiti. A lot of Americans don't just visit here. I was walking around with my money belt. It was just in front of me. I don't think I had pockets in that jumper that I was wearing. And this tells you how safe I was. Like, nobody was trying to snatch it from me. You saw how close I was to the guides. So I was good to go. And I had Joseph there too. I really struggled with Joseph's English. I think I mentioned this in my previous video. So I'm going to give you Just my point of view, I did feel like I was on top of the world. Like I saw clouds at eye level, even above eye level. I mean, it was just majestic, beautiful. I was able to sit and reflect about the ancestors, you know, everything that they went through and how strong, resilient, and brave they were to be able to build this architectural masterpiece. I am not Haitian, but I am very proud that I was able to visit and learn more about this country. Here's a little bit of what Joseph was trying to explain to me.
Young, but and then when he come, he married with a girl and Korean and Marvelous is part of it. But he have a three. Is a part of the king of Christopher in the Citadelle. So
okay, so you see, I kind of was just trying to take bits and pieces, nodding yes and no, and just trying to film as much as I could so that I could read about it later. They did have a museum that was in the process of being built. As most things happen in Haiti, the project was halted, and I was able to peek through. I was like, oh man, once they resume building this, it's going to be a very nice museum. At this time, I still do not know what the steps are to its completion. When you're taking your time like that, I really like to experience these historical sites. I've been to some other world wonders where it was just rushed. I didn't have a lot of time. You're just kind of frazzled because you're trying to take pictures, you're trying to see everything, and you don't get to soak it in as much. Here, I was there for a couple of hours, and I really was appreciative that I was able to take my time there. Being able to see those large cannons, 2 of them have recently been stolen. I hope that those will be recovered and put back into place. This is a protected site. The locals need to do a better job of keeping it that way for future tourists. The Citadelle was built to protect the newly independent Haiti from invasions of the French. It is absolutely amazing that Haiti freed itself from colonization and slavery. They overtook the French. You might not know, but they also defeated the English. They defeated the Spanish. The Citadelle was built by tens of thousands of former slaves. This is the largest fortress in the Americas. It's 900 meters above sea level. That's why I was saying it felt like I was above the clouds or just looking right at the clouds. Again, this is what the history books aren't going to tell you. This is why you need to travel. Traveling is going to be the best education you can get. Looking at the large stone walls, these stunning landscape views. I tried to act like I had a drone, so I would give Joseph my phone and I told him to just pan it this way while I'm walking. It looks like I'm walking not off the edge. I wasn't jumping off the cliff. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and I really was thankful for that moment. I felt like I was on top of the world. I really wish there were more people who would have seen this with me, but I went to Haiti at the last minute, and I don't think a lot of Americans are ready to visit. They're not as adventurous as me. The Citadelle is located north of Cap Haitien. This is not anywhere near Port-au-Prince, okay? There's no kidnappings happening on the way from Cap to Milot. Milot, it's a tourism city. The people who are working there, they need tourists so that they can make their living. That's why I was saying a lot of the guides, they are fluent in the different languages so that the tourists will be comfortable and can understand the information being presented to them. Joseph, he's still working on it, y'all. Haiti is known to be a less economically developed country. We do know what happened. They lost their financial stability. I mentioned the earthquake in 2010, the government corruption. A lot is going on there. With all of that, the people are very resilient. And that's why you don't want to get too overwhelmed with the hassle. They just are very determined because they want, to make those financial transactions with the tourists. What is the proper term for that anyways, you guys? I don't like to call places third world countries. In this one, I just mentioned LEDC. The U.S. could be considered third world. Like, I just say Haiti is in the Caribbean. It's the first Black republic. I'm going to just call it like that. After the Citadelle, it was time to go to Souci. We went back down. It was Miguel. He drove the motorcycle. Then it was me. Then it was Joseph. It was 3 of us on that bike, y'all. But I did not care. I was like, I am not hiking down. I'm losing gas here. I'm losing juice. At the bottom, you are going to be able to visit the vendors. They're selling lots of Haitian merch, souvenirs, and trinkets. You can decide if you have Haitian good, you probably want to split it up into hundreds and just pass those out. I did get shortchanged. I'll talk about that in a future video. If you just come with smaller bills, it's going to be easy for you to buy as much as you want from the vendors. Me, I was just like, I'm gonna buy one small thing from this lady, and in return, we'll take a photo. And that's what I did. I only had a backpack. I flew Spirit Airlines. I'm not buying all this stuff. I didn't bring a suitcase to take home Haitian merch, y'all. We finally made it to Souci Palace. It was built by the revolutionary leader, King Henry Christophe. This was his former royal residence. There was a major earthquake in 1842 that left the palace in ruins.
All the people together and talking with the people in down of the tree.
Interesting. Poles, I don't know what you call this, that they used to just hold up the tree. You can see that the tree was dying. We walked around there. My phone was, I guess, foggy from the humidity. I was able to drink moderately throughout the day so that I could stay hydrated as well, because it was very hot as we continued to walk throughout the ruins. While you were there, remember that this is an ancient site. It is protected. Remember, I told you it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. That means you're not going to litter. If you have trash, if you brought your own snacks, you bring a plastic bag or something that you can dispose your trash of. And then when you leave, you can throw it into an actual trash can. We want to keep these places preserved and respect these sites. I enjoyed seeing both of the UNESCO sites, and now it was time to eat. We went to La Caille restaurant. There is a location in Cap as well. This one was in Milot. Shout out to Rose, who had this lovely table prepared for Joseph and myself. She had already known about my dietary restrictions as a vegetarian. I was able to eat a delicious plate of legume. Here I had some sauce, some rice, and plantains. There also was a peanut brittle dessert. The pitcher of juice. I always talk about like this sour lime juice that they had. I should have requested papaya or something, but I wasn't thinking about the juice. You see this plate? It was not a crumb left. I was so hungry from the hike, and I think this was my best Haitian meal. In the future, you're going to see my food video about everything I ate in Haiti. This food was busting, y'all. Took a few pictures with Rose. Shout out to her again. And then I wanted to go to one more historical site. This was at the end of the day, and that's Vertiere, the Bataille de Vertiere. This is the monument of the fallen heroes. This site commemorates the historic battle that led to Haiti's independence. And it's in the city. Joseph said we could take the motorcycle to get there, and I was able to take a few pictures. What's happening with Vertiere, it is a historical site, but because it's not designated UNESCO, like some of the locals, they will use the bathroom there. It's not, how do I say? There need to be some developments made for this site. I did not go to the park. Like, there's a park that's right behind it. You can tell that the grass is not maintained. Again, there's trash. Like I said, some people are urinating there. That can take away when you are visiting. But I didn't see any of that because I just was posing on the steps, and Joseph snapped some pics. The point I'm trying to make is that these tourism sites, Haiti has so much potential. They do need to be restored. Unfortunately, we do not know when that is going to happen. I am hopeful for Haiti. I do implore you to visit at some point when you feel comfortable. I cannot force you, to go to a place where you think it is unsafe. I'm just sharing my experience. If you are afraid to visit Haiti, at least come to YouTube, watch my channel, and learn about Haitian history. I ended up wrapping the day by going to the local market. I picked up some fruits. I was talking to the locals, and I had another taxi bring me back to the hotel because I needed a break from Joseph. He still was behind me though. The guys, they were very friendly, even though it was difficult communicating. I think we were using the translator. It was a long day, but I was really glad to have visited the UNESCO site Citadelle, Souci Palace, and the Vertiere Monument. These sites hold so much of Haitian history. I felt connected to Haiti's past, and I am really proud of their resilience, even today with what is going on and the unfortunate hardships that they continue to deal with. I want to give a shout out to YouTubers Philly Dom and Ace. You guys really inspired me to take this solo trip to Haiti and do all of the things that I am finally sharing with my subs on YouTube. Keep inspiring travelers. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, like and subscribe. Make sure you leave a comment below. Ask me any questions. And you can click here to learn more about Caribbean destinations. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.